Travis, how are you? I hope you had a decent Christmas. I was just going to play this for about an hour because just waiting on supper, having homemade lasagna. Yeah, I had an awesome Christmas. Everything was great.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, everything went swell. Yeah, I just gotta check the map here for a minute. Oh, so we're up there, are we? Well, I don't know. I imagine she did. I haven't spoken to her that much in the last couple of days. I'm sure she won a few hundred. I hope so. I know that if she won anything huge, I would have known. So obviously she didn't win anything like $1,000 ticket or anything like that, because she wouldn't have kept that quiet. Must have been just a bunch of $100 and down, I guess, winners. It's just my guess. Yeah, so again, like I say, I'm just guessing. I'm sure if she won like 50 grand or something like that, or even 1,000, she wouldn't have kept that too quiet. Just would have been too excited. I don't know. I'm guessing she probably won like I think a safe guess would be $200-300. That's just like. That's like, you know. Well, that sucks. I remember just before Randy moved he's living with some friends now, renting a room off him. But when he had his house before he sold it, we were still chatting away. Everything was great. He showed me on the screen there his bill for his car. He had to get a bunch of stuff fixed on it, and it was like $800 or $900 total. Yeah, cars aren't cheap. Like, where exactly are you? Okay, you're right over here. Gotta do a little bounty hunting for the raiders. I'm doing in this area right now, looking for that person. I can kill them, or I can make some money off of them, let them live. There's lots of options. I usually don't kill them. My buddy Doug, who I know in real life, who plays this every day, he usually kills them. They don't have much heart. He does in real life, not in games. I'll kill you. Yeah, so that sucks, man. Having to spend that much money right after Christmas. Definitely. I remember this one year. I don't know how long ago it was. Maybe within the last 5 years. I'll talk to you in a minute. My TV, we had like a really bad lightning storm, and I don't know what the hell, man. Like, I guess I didn't have a really good power surge bar. I got a good one now, but my TV went out, and my fucking PlayStation 4. So I had to end up buying a new TV. That was 2 TVs ago, and luckily for me, my dad's he's like an engineer. He doesn't work no more, but he knows his shit. So he said to me, well, describe to me about your PlayStation, and I did. He goes, I can fix that for you. And he went on Amazon and he ordered a power power supply or whatever. It was about $70, and whammo, fixed my PlayStation. I was all ready to go out the door and buy a new one. He's like, what are you talking about? Because I said, oh, a couple weeks ago, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, I can fix that for you. I was like, really? So, bonus for me. Now, back to Mr. Addicted. He's a guy, Travis, we talk hockey. We're Philadelphia Flyers, and the team's not doing that well. Yeah, we haven't been doing very well this year, which is really disappointing because, like, when I grew up as a little kid, man, the Philadelphia Flyers were a team that always made the playoffs. If they didn't get to the finals, they'd get to like the conference finals or the second round of the playoffs. Well, that stuff hasn't been happening for about 21 years. Or I'm sorry, 11 years. Yes, because in 2010 they went to the finals and they lost in 6 games. So, you know, we got the good old internet. You get to find other people that are going through the same pain. Some have went through it just as long as me, and some haven't went through it as long because they're not as been a Flyer fan as long as me. Just due to age. I've been a Flyer fan for a very long time. Yeah, they're in Seattle tonight, playing the Seattle Kraken. That's an spot, well, you call them Kraken, whatever. They're an expansion team. I know you already know this, Addicted. I'm just talking to Travis because I don't know how much Travis pays attention to hockey. I don't think Virginia has an NHL team. But yeah, so we only played them once. We beat them the first time in Philadelphia. We should beat them tonight. Got the damn music. Yeah, that's pretty good in the video, with the Rocky. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, got the. Yeah, that's. I was pissed off that day. Man, I just had enough. So I had to make a video, and I did. But my goodness, was I pissed off. That was a couple coaches ago. Yeah, that was a couple coaches ago. Yeah. Oh, revolution. Got Philadelphia Flyer fans in full force here coming out tonight. I hope you guys all had a great Christmas. Yeah, Washington Capitals, man. I thought that they would start getting old this year. I thought that this would be the year they'd start looking old, because they are old. It's got to catch up to you at some point. But no, they seem to be doing good, and I don't know when the hell Ovechkin's going to slow down, but he's not slowing down at all. Yeah, that was a pretty angry video. Yeah, that was a rough day for all of us. Any Flyer fan. He got fired pretty damn close after that, too. Like within a few days. Huh. Yeah, that was dead sober, too. I wasn't like, well, you can see in the video, I'm not drunk, I'm sober and angry. That's the worst, is when I'm sober and angry. And boy, was I. Well, I can't do a part 2, because you're going to have people in the comments defending the Flyers because of COVID, right? And the way I look at it, well, every other team's going through the same shit. But I don't want to make a video and say anything about COVID, get people upset about COVID, and because, like, fuck, man, people really get fucking. People are real snowflakes anymore. People say so many things and it just really offends them, and you're like, the worst is when you offend somebody and you didn't mean to. It's like, wow, man. All they said was like, Merry Christmas. But, oh well, I stood around. Yeah, too bad you guys weren't on there when I was playing my one buddy. He's in New Jersey. I got NHL 22, and my one buddy's New Jersey, and we get playing pretty hardcore matches. I was kicking his ass all over the place. I'm not like Mr. Joe Austin at NHL 22 by no means, but I'm better than him. People aren't snowflakes, they're just Canadian. Canadians are pretty fucking hard, man, around the edges. Seriously. No offense, I find Americans get offended very easily over things. I'm not saying there's people here that don't get offended, oh fuck yeah, but I mean, it's just, you live in this much cold weather so much, it's like, what's gonna bug you? And when your team sucks at hockey. Yeah, and the thing is, you know, it really bums me out that I got friends that they weren't Pittsburgh friends, they weren't Pittsburgh fans, but when the Pittsburgh was winning the cup, that became their team, and then to this day they're Pittsburgh fans, and then they like make fun of my team, and I'm like, well, didn't you used to be like a Montreal fan, or didn't you used to like the Oilers? I've been with the Flyers, man, and I put up with a lot of pain. Never gave up. Oh, I turned the TV off, but I never gave up on the bastards. Like, I'll be there next year and the year after. Going through this. But goddamn, would it be so good. Like, I have a friend that, and he's not a bandwagon jumper. He's been there since day one. He loves the New England Patriots, right? Oh my God, man, just to have to listen to him over the years. And he's a Boston fan, a hardcore Boston fan. So he's winning the World Series every other fucking year. He's winning the fucking Super Bowl every year. But when the fucking Eagles, like, I'm not a hardcore NFL fan, but I'll watch the Eagles if they get to the Super Bowl and a little bit of the playoffs if they got a good team. But when the Eagles beat the Patriots, that was awesome. It was like beating the evil empire. Philly is a dump. I wouldn't want to live there, that's for sure. I'm happy where I am. And I've never heard anything good about Philly. Anybody that's played in Philadelphia, like when they retire and stuff, they end up moving to Cherry Hill, New Jersey, which is like a really richy area. See, I'm not like a huge Twitter guy. I have Twitter. Like, I got like 17, I follow 17 people, and I got 17 followers, so I'm not like hardcore on it. But yeah, I do know about Jake. Like, you don't have to have Twitter to know this. Like, it's you piss Jake off, he blocks you on Twitter. He's probably got the entire Philadelphia media blocked on Twitter, and no joke. Except for my buddy from Jamie from Flyers Nitty Gritty, because Jamie's pretty respectful. You don't ask questions that would piss Warchek off. Oh, a new Quantum Cola. Oh, there's a bobblehead. You know, I would only go there for a game. Do a decent hotel package and then get the fuck out of there. No, I'm not dumb. I know that it's not a place to go unless you have to. But you'd be pretty safe. Quantum Cola, damn right. You'd be pretty safe. Pretty much get those NHL packages. They set you up with some pretty decent hotels. You're not staying at like a Motel 7 or something like that in downtown Philly. Same with Montreal. Like Montreal's in Toronto. Any city, you got like a lot of rough places. You get the packages though. And when we had the Montreal package back to the old Forum, I can't remember the hotel it is. I'd have to look it up, but it's like really famous. It's like about 200 years old. Really old and richy looking. Part of the package though. It's not like we're rich guys. I think the tickets, the package, probably the most price wasn't the tickets for the game, it was probably for the friggin' hotel. Yeah, oh yeah, lots of colonial history, that's for sure. If you like history, Philly's got a lot of it, but if you are not into getting shot and robbed and raped and all that other stuff, might not be for you. It's a pretty rough place. You'd have to grow up there. That's for sure. I don't think they'd want to go strutting down looking for a 7-Eleven in Philadelphia at 2 a.m. I think I'd pay the extra money and open up the beer fridge in the hotel. Yeah, I whatever you say bad about Philadelphia, I'm sure you could say the same thing about Toronto or Vancouver or Montreal. Maybe not to that degree, but the city's so shit. Bigger the city, the bigger the smell. Worse the traffic. The whole 9 yards. I thought I had to do something for Ren. Maybe I already did it. Oh, I guess I did. Where am I on the map? I'm over there. I'm going to go over here and see Jack. That was a fucking awesome movie. I was a little kid when I first saw it. And then I saw it again as a teenager, the Rockies. When I was a teenager, that's where, they're coming out with the other Rockies. But now Rocky, there's always, like, everybody always made fun of his voice. And, yo, Adrian, and all that stuff. But there were some pretty good movies. I liked Apollo Creed, too, eh? I liked him. Like, not the movie. I mean, I liked the fighter in Rocky 1, 2, and 3. Did he get killed? Didn't he get killed by the Russian in part 3? Ivan? Something like that. But I liked Apollo Creed. Carl Weathers there. He did an excellent job. Yeah, that was a good movie, though. But it got, like, a little crazy. I mean, when you... I think the first 3 Rockies was great. And then after that, like, fuck. Go home, Rocky. Retire. Yeah. You should see the first couple Rockies. For sure. I'm sure they'd probably be on YouTube for free. I can't believe you've never seen any of the Rockies. Part 3. I think I'll go. Wait a minute. Oh, part 4 is the Russian, I think, because part 3 is where he fights Mr. T, Clubber Lang. And boy, oh boy, is Mr. T ever good in that. He's not like garbage, that's for sure. He's really good. Yeah, that's where Mickey dies. You know what, I'm not sure if I ever heard of the expression white light, like you're talking about. I've heard of white noise, so white light. The only thing I ever hear with white light's always good. Heavenly. Not like what you're talking about, but then again, I don't know. Must be something, an expression I never heard. I live in Canada, remember? I only hear what you Americans tell us. Like, I grew up on shitty TV. If it wasn't for America, man, I would have went crazy, because the only good stuff on TV came from the States. What's white fight? What the hell is white fight? That's something I've absolutely never ever heard of. White fight. White flight. Oh, sorry, white flight. Still never heard of white flight. Well, I can't be scared unless you tell me. What the hell is the white flight? Is that like a fucking flag or something for white people? Something that happened in the 60s. I'll have to check that out. I got the flight. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about, so I can't laugh. It sucks where you're like that, the dumb guy or whatever, where you just don't know what everybody's talking about, you know, you just don't get to laugh with everybody else. It's like sometimes they'll have like some jokes on The Simpsons, and The Simpsons sometimes have jokes that are way up. You gotta know a little something, because they'll throw in an intelligent joke. And I've seen people not even laugh before sitting right beside me, you know, years ago, and I'd be just like, don't you find that funny? Like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh, you don't know what he's talking about? Anyway. Oh. Yeah, I've never heard that expression. Yeah, don't think there's no, well, I'm not a real cowboy. Don't think there's no cowboys in Canada, man. Oh, Jesus Christ, you go out west, you got cowboys and Indians just like you got anywhere in the States, man. Cowboy hats, hardcore serious, saloons, towns that are just, everybody has the hat on. Calgary's hardcore. And all that area, they got the Calgary Stampede, man, that's like huge. They got bull riding out there just like you play hockey. Man, they're bull riding and everything out there. They're serious. Yeah. Well, the West was wild, not just down there. It was wild all the way up there, too. We had some pretty, I don't know any off by heart, but we also had some pretty nasty, you know, like bad cowboys, you know, that were worthy of a black hat. Just not worthy, I guess, of a movie. But still. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, because we always talk hockey. I don't know if you guys like horror movies, but that guy's name there that you see, my friend Travis, he likes his horror movies. Me and Travis, it's one thing that we definitely connect on is horror movies, you know, like really good stuff too, like the best stuff, you know, 70s, 80s, early 90s, before shit went downhill.
Locations on your map.
Yeah, I watched, no, I never seen Blood Dinner. Did you, Travis? If you're still here, Travis, Blood Dinner? Right on. Yeah, maybe that's one reason why we get along. Must be more. And that must be it. Because yeah, I love my my horror too. I don't like the newer stuff so much. Like Travis, he'll go like to the theater. I don't. Like Travis will go to the theater and check out.
I don't like your attitude.
Shit, where I don't do that.
So turn around and walk away while you still got legs to do it.
What's my favorite? That's a tough one, man. Because like I can okay, if you asked me before Christmas, I was into, okay, it'd be Gremlins. It's my favorite, one of my favorite Christmas movies, horror Christmas movies, Gremlins. If you want to get more serious, you know, the first few Friday the 13th were awesome. A couple Freddy's were great. You want to like get a little mind twisty, like the Canadian-made movie Cube. I don't want to give a shit about Cube 2 or 3, just original Cube. Yeah, Halloween, Season of the Witch. Travis and I, and now another friend of ours, Bucky, the American Samurai, we all like Season Witch 3, where, you know, so many people hate Season of the Witch Part 3 of Halloween series. They just don't like it, but it's awesome. You've seen all the Cube movies. Hey, right on, you do know your horror. Yeah, like, I really, man, like Cube 1. Yeah, it does, and check this out, man. Travis and I were just talking about this the other day. See, like how, you know, in the United States, you guys have, like, high security, like maximum hardcore security. You got, like, a whole bunch of prisons in every state, not just one. We have one in Canada. One that's hardcore, where you go for life and murder and 20 years. One. That's where Paul Bernardo and well, it used to be in Kingston, but they moved it. But one in the whole country, man. One. Yeah, Cube was made in Canada. Yeah. I don't know about Cube 2, 3, and all the other shit. I watched Cube 2, and I didn't like it, and I watched Cube 3, and I really didn't like it. I don't even know if there's a Cube 4, because I don't care if there is. I'm sure it's pretty bad. But I was really hoping when I saw there was a Cube 2, I was really, hey, Quantum, Nickel Quantum. I was really hoping Cube would have been a little... Part 2 would have been really good, you know. And what the fuck is Cube? Good question. There's your... You want your answer? There's your answer. I don't know, man. Not too many people do. They don't tell you. It could be an alien thing. It could be made by the government. Yeah. I remember Travis and we've spoken about the Cube a few times. Oh, shit, I never talked to that guy down there. Yeah, it's... See, I like movies like that, eh? Like, they're just... Really play around with your head. Here's another movie. I think I was talking to Travis about this, too, and not very many people I know watch this. Not even my one buddy offline that's really hardcore for this stuff. It's called Pin. P-I-N. Pin. Like, it's like about this guy who thinks like this fucking doll's real, and it's like one of these dolls, just like life-size things you see in the doctor's office. And his father used to be a doctor, and he keeps thinking that Pin, he names him Pin, like this. It's not a skeleton, it's like a body. And you used to see him in the doctor's office back in the way super olden days. Well, Pin's really bad, but you don't know if it's Pin or the guy's crazy and he's doing all this shit. How the hell could you make a... Yeah. The dentist. Oh, you did see Pin. Wow, you're the first person I've ever spoken to online that's ever seen Pin. Yeah, I saw it on YouTube. I was looking for horror movies one day and watched a whole bunch of them, and then like a few days later it popped up in my feed. And I was like, what the hell is this? It looked like very B-movie-ish, low budget, and I was like, that's right up my aisle. Yeah, I think I have seen Magic with the... Yeah, I think I have. But... No, wait a minute. No, maybe I haven't. Wishmaster. I don't know. I think it was Wishmaster 2, where the inmate says for his wish, he wants his lawyer to go fuck himself. And next thing you know, that lawyer's in his office, and he starts fucking himself. Wishmaster, that's a must. If you're a horror fan, you have to watch Wishmaster. Don't worry about Wishmaster 1, 2, or 3 or whatever. I think originally they have two. Okay, wait a minute. They eventually had the guy who was the Wishmaster at the very beginning. They eventually had a different actor for him. That's back when it got crappy. But oh yeah, The Cottage. Can't remember that one. Sorry. Blair Witch. Yeah, I did. I used to go out with this girl that was fucking obsessed with it, man. She was obsessed with it, and I was just like, it's okay. No, he's not. No. Oh, fuck no. No, that's Freddy. This guy, who's the Wishmaster? I'll look him up here. Oh, fuck no. This guy doesn't even look like him at all. The director's name's Robert Kirksman? Anyway, is it Kane Hodder? I don't know the guy from any other movies, but hold on here. Andrew, oh, how the hell you say his name? Andrew Divoff, Divoff. I don't know. No, it's not him, man. Andrew Divoff. I've never seen this guy in any other movie. Another one I like the actor better than the movie. Okay, we know Candyman with Tony Todd. I like the first time I seen Tony Todd was it wasn't Candyman. The first time I seen him was the remake of Night of the Living Dead. That's the first time I ever saw him, and it was ever amazing, man. And then I remember I saw him on X-Files, and I remember my mom like since I've been a little kid, man, right to this day. My mom loves Young and the Restless. Hang with me, boys. There's a point. One day, years ago, I was walking by, years ago, I was walking by the TV, and my mom's watching Young and the Restless, and I paused and I looked, and it was Tony Todd. What the hell? And then years later, with the internet and stuff, I looked that up to see if that was just a bad dream. No, he was on Young and the Restless for a while. Hey, I guess if you need work, right? Oh. Throw grenades, dude. Yeah, Candyman sure was a classic. It wasn't like, I don't put it right up there in my top movies, but for horror, but it was okay. I liked it. It was good, but yeah, it's definitely not in my top, but it was a good one. Yeah, because I remember when I saw that, I had already seen Tony Todd in Night of the Living Dead remake, and I had already actually seen him on the X-Files. Because that was back when the X-Files was on in the 90s. And then bang, Tony Todd, Candyman. Oh, I used to be really big wrestling fan. I'm not anymore. I was giving my friend shit not long ago. I was like, "You still watch wrestling?" He's like, "Yeah, every Raw and SmackDown." But no, I stopped. Well, I liked a little bit of it in the 90s, you know, Triple H, Rock, Stone Cold. That's kind of when I stopped. I liked when I was still around for the NWO invasion. Yeah, I was there for that. That was kind of fun. When I grew up on it, you know, it was like Hogan and Andre and Piper. And then when I stopped, it was probably about 2003, maybe 2002. The Rock was taken off doing movies. Stone Cold got hurt, and it was the end of his career. He only popped around once in a while just to like open a can of beer and swear, and then that was all he'd do. Then he was gone for the night. And then he started like having like, it just started being like really bad. It was like they just didn't have any direction anymore. And in my opinion, it kind of like never stopped. It never improved. It kept on going bad. Yeah, I remember he hurt his back or whatever, or something like that, if I'm correct. Back or neck. But when I was like younger, like grade 10 down, boy, was I ever serious. Loved it. I had this friend I met in high school. He has cerebral palsy, and he showed me all these pictures. This is back in the 80s, you know, when wrestling was hardcore, like had the best. And he had all these pictures of him at these events. And you know, when you're, I'm not saying this to sound like a dick, you know how it is when you're disabled, you always are going to get your picture taken with the heroes. That's just because, you know, it's just classy to do that for people. And that they've had a shitty life, at least let them have some sunshine. So he had him with Hogan, like together, them autographed. He had him with the Hart Foundation. And I've never seen a pro wrestling match before. I've seen like ones at my local arena, you know, when I was a kid, but I'd never been to a WWF one. That would have been cool back then, but my parents wouldn't have forked out the money to let me go see a WWF. Where the hell's that shovel? Oh, there it is. I need that shovel. Just can't bury the body. Oh, I already gripped. God damn. I'll kill you with a shovel. Fucker. There. Let's fill that grave up. I still have a fucking shit ton of friends though that are pretty loyal to wrestling. They're trying to get me into that, what's it called, ECW, whatever, that one with Jericho. ECW, I don't know, I can't remember. They're trying to tell me it's way better and better writing and stuff. That's it. That's what I should have said. That was a better word. The writing was way better, and it's not because, and I always used to blame it on growing up. I thought maybe I'm just growing up and growing out of it. No, when you watch people that are wrestling freaks and they have those YouTube videos, they'll tell you the same thing, that pretty close this time I stopped watching was when the writing turned into shit. Yeah, you take care, Travis. Shitty that your car is going to cost $600 to fix, but at least it'll be fixed. So you take care. Thanks for popping by. Talk to you next time, pal. Yeah, Travis is a pretty decent guy. AEW. Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah. AEW. I've yet to watch one yet. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. That's the one my friends want me to watch. Well, not only two of them. Two of them asked me, "You gotta watch that, man. It's fucking good stuff." And then I used to be in the UFC. I used to like the first 3 or 4 UFCs, but now they got rules. You can't kill people anymore, so it's no fun for me. I don't know if it was UFC 2 or maybe it was UFC 3. Hoist Gracie versus fucking, what was his name? Chemo? Fucking Hoist Gracie ripped fucking Chemo's ponytail right out of the back of his fucking head. So you can't pull hair and shit now, but back then you could. The only rule was you can't poke the guy in the eyes and you can't kick him in the nuts, I think it was. Other than that, you could rip the guy's fucking mustache right up. Well, that never happened, but you could do anything. Pretty crazy, eh? A Canadian won it once. That doesn't mean anything. But once a Canadian did win it. Oh, he wants me to drink something. Old possum. Alright, so what do you want me to do after I drink that possum? Land a sneak attack. I don't want the shovel. guys. Alright. Oh, one more. Gonna see this drunk robot. We'll have one more before dinner. It's not like 20 minutes, then it's gonna have to cool. Like lasagna, first thing comes out of the oven, I let it cool and set for a good 10 minutes at least. I hate those fucking frozen lasagnas, homemade or fucking nothing. Alright, just gotta grab a couple scrap here. Boring, real boring part of the game, but try to get it. Some of this stuff I use so much. I even gotta take their bar of fucking soap. Oh well, they're not gonna use it. They're all fucking dead now. So. Don't think anybody's in there. Sometimes a goodie back here. Yeah, it's just bottle of rum. Smokes. This is the part I hate, having to grab all this shit, so just going right to the meat and the bones. But if you don't pick all this shit up one day, you'll go do something and you'll have no supplies. Hey, you drunk bastard. Take my quest.
Swiftly.
Take my damn quest. Oh, we did take it too. Good.
Come back and see for yourself.
Right on. Okay, what's nearby that I gotta do here? Looks like we're going to jail. We were just talking about a penitentiary. And now I gotta go to one. It's always nice having people pop by to say hello. Mostly if they want to talk about horror movies or the Philadelphia Flyers. Well, I don't really want to talk about the Philadelphia Flyers. Ugh, you poor Flyers. Silver and gold, silver and gold. Something, something, and something else. I'm told. Oh, you did. You did. Two-headed bull or two-headed horse or cow. They taste good. They get the rib and ribeye. No technical document. That's so disappointing. I wanted a technical document. This one's pretty easy. Usually they got me running all over the kind of junk. Oh, it's just down here on the right. We got a toolbox, I believe. Hey, hold on. Yeah. There it is. Just like that. Well done. Usually it's a big pain in the ass. Not this time. What the hell is this over here? I'm not gonna do it. It's not like... Oh. No wonder. I was like, what the hell's that? It's that one that roams around the horde. Nope. Don't mind the grandpa. Not much I can do about that. It pops in or out. So it does whatever it wants. Let's try to hold it back. Okay. What's going on with the old cranberry relish situation? 16 minutes. I better repair that or she'll bitch at me. I'll go give this to her cranky ass. There you go.
I take it your presence here means you got what I wanted? You serious? Let's take a look then. Quality replacements, wiring looks good. Inputs and ports are clean. Well, I guess since my time is precious to me, I can toss you a few more caps. I'll put in a good word with Meg, and don't forget to show your face around here from time to time. Never know when I might need more reliable help.
See you tomorrow. I don't know if I got anything to cook. Better take a peek while I'm there. Oh, we do. Man, I gotta reset something. Yeah. Oh. Take a peek where we gotta go. I think I should have got that. Down record, eh? There you go, see here? Yep. Already did the job. So I guess we're going over here. Wait a minute. I'm gonna go over here first. Have a little snooze. Throw our stuff in the stash box. What is this? Oh no. Beats me. Oh, we're pretty thirsty. Drink her up, young lady. Drink her up. Oh, that's better. Young lady was a little parched. shit, I forgot something. I got a bunch of gifts to open up. I'll kill some weight too. Let's open them up. I forgot all about them. Okay, so we got some more here. Hey, there's Cordell. How's Mr. Cordell and that foot doing? Getting better, buddy? Hope you've been feeling better with the foot. I know you've been bummed out. Sorry you've been bummed out. You've had it pretty rough last couple months. I seen your post about your dad. Yeah, I know you're going through a lot, buddy, but trust me, there's still lots of sunshine in life. Sometimes we just gotta go through those bumps, and they're not very nice, but life does get better. It really does. It's not always bad. Once you can walk around and all that stuff, you'll be feeling a lot better. I'm sure it's been pretty hard on you. You spent an awful lot of time in the hospital. Well, I already told you, I don't know if you remember this or not, but I told you, get healthy and be able to walk. I mean walk. And then when you're back to being able to walk and you're okay, I don't know if you remember, I told you that you meet me down at Mamma Mia's, and then we'll go in and I'll buy you a slice of pizza. I'll buy myself one too. But it'll be my treat. And maybe I'll film it. I'll bring my camera and I'll film it, and we'll put it on Facebook too. And then I'll put it on my YouTube channel of you and me going for a slice of pizza. If Tiny's around, we'll bring Tiny too. But yeah, because I know you're friends with Mamma Mia. I like Mamma Mia's pizza. There's only one pizza I like better than Mamma Mia's for this area, and that's United Restaurant in Deserano. I might get a Panzerotti from there next week and do a video. I told my friend Travis that comes on here and watches my videos and talks to me. I told him about the Panzerottis, United Restaurant, how good they are, and he's never seen one before. Quantum, that's like 3 of them I've gotten today. I like my quantum cola. Oh, some sugar. I like the sugar too. Oh, make a cherry. Oh, life is just all giving me thumbs up. Definitely tell this is a video game. No more sugar.
Well done, volunteer. You are on the way to being a true survivor. With smart and a little luck, you'll do just fine out there. It sure is great to see living human beings again.
You and me have the same name for a dog. Alright, so I think we gotta go south, east. Oh no, I gotta go over in Overseers first. I was thinking about going down to the tea house. I guess we'll have to do that later. I better watch Jamie's video in a minute. How long is this video for? 12 seconds. Alright, what the hell?
Ready? Let's go flying.
He's got a ukulele or something? It's my buddy singing to his kids.
Ready? Let's go flying. Let's go flying.
He's a Philadelphia Flyers sports reporter. He's singing to his kids, playing like a little toy ukulele. Let's go Flyers. He sure is brainwashing his kids to become Flyer fans. I love it. Flyers nitty gritty. Great website, great writers. Lance Green, my favorite writer of them all, I think. Excellent writer. Tells you how it is. place being a little bumpy today. Well, hello.
Ah, you've returned.
I sure have. I'm gonna turn this up.
I asked for?
I'm gonna turn that up a bit. There we go. Look at everything you want, buddy.
Ah, very good. Very good. I did promise a reward, so please accept these caps in gratitude for your service.
I don't think so. I think we're gonna use my charisma and get a little bit more.
A fair point, and one I cannot disagree with. I'll increase the reward. Here are your caps. Come and see me again, and I might have more work for you.
Works for me. I didn't notice that. Gotta wait for it to cool down. It's too hot to eat. Lasagna first coming out of the oven, either one of us are gonna be eating it. It'll burn your fucking tongue. We'll hand one in over here. Fucking hate liberators. Oh, jeez, don't need all this shit. Alright, I'll go kill the fucking gulpers. Wait, Mooch. Finish this beer and it'll be cooled down by now. It'll get me. I gotta finish these dailies off. Got no choice. He's up high, is he? What the hell is he doing up there? Where did a gulper get all the way up there? Fuck, he sunk right through the floor. Oh well. And here's the last one I need. He's a big boy. I gotta go to the tea house next. I still think I do. Defended Berkeley Springs. The guy just came from there. Like just now. Gulper innards make gulper slurry. Innards. Guts. Like the shit chicken innards. So we're all done with that, right? double check on those. How far away is that locker? Oh, geez, all the way down there. Okay, well, we gotta go to that tea house first and speak to Sweetwater. That's first. That is first. I should have showed you to Travis. You're always so fucking busy. Could have said hello. See what bugs or whatever's up here. Oh, rats. Dirty rats. I do want that. I saw that. There. Where's Sweetwater? Where'd he go? You little bastard, where'd you go? Hey, how are you, Currymans? Hope you're having a good one, if you're still there. Sorry I didn't notice you right away.
Welcome back. I am afraid.
Hope you're having a good one.
Demonstration.
Oh, how rude. I was right in the middle of talking to my robotic friend. Yeah, I'm back.
Excellent. Oh, gracious, you're back.
Here, take this.
Please don't.
Currymans, are you still there? Or? Like I said, sorry man, I didn't notice you. But if you're still there, good day. Not doing that quest. That is not happening. Oh, go this way. I already told you. Back in. Oh, we got a Christmas scarf. Nice little gift for me. Oh, leave me alone. I'm so scared. I gotta go all the way down here. Just 11 caps. Goodbye. Okay, should be some super mutants down here. Jocking the place. They're trying to take it over. Let's see them. Oh, there's one way down there. You can only block so many. No, whatever. I'm fighting with the fucking Scorch. That's the one reason I do not like this base, is because there's like so many Scorch here and they keep respawning that it don't matter what comes that you have to defend your base, that they'll fight with the Scorch. So sometimes you gotta like find them. And I found like a mongrel way the hell up there fighting with the Scorch. Mongrel dog. So it's kind of annoying. That's why I usually don't defend this base, but I did. See, I don't want that guy. I hear the gunfire. See, they're way over there. There's a fucking one of them. You guys aren't supposed to be in here. Fuck, that's annoying. You the last one? Nope. Yep. Good. I didn't want to dick around anymore here. Now, this is the end, but first, 38 minutes, that's lots of time. Okay. Hang tight, Mooch. We're going up soon. You can go up the top if you want. Come on. There's one that's up here.
Stop. Target acquired. I heard you drop and missed exiting vault 76 on time. Too bad. You didn't do the same thing before entering it. Later, jump.
Alright, so I'm gonna come here and do 3 quests. ready for a stick go. Hey, Addicted. Sorry, there was you and that Reverend or whatever, revered. Were you one of the ones that said that you were a horror fan? Trust me, I have a... Hey, I hope you're doing well, man. Not much. Doing the same thing. Did you say you were a horror fan, too? I have a reason why I'm asking you. Yeah, I want to I'm going to make a video, and then you'll see it a lot better. I'll show you something. Oh, by any chance, have you ever heard of Trick or Treat Studios? Just by any chance. If you haven't, no big deal. Trick or Treat Studios. No, you haven't, eh? Hey, Trick or Treat Studios, they're like really well known for, they make really kick-ass rubber masks from like the movies that we love, the horror movies. And they make, I don't know, they make these like busts of this big, you know, like of a certain horror figure and this and that. Well, anyway, don't worry, I got a point to this. I'm sorry it's dragging on, but by any chance, were you ever a fan of the movie Gremlins? The original? Gremlins 1? By any chance, did you like that movie, or that not do anything for you? Personally, I loved it because I was like an older kid. Yeah? Okay, hang on just a second. Awesome, glad you know. Well, of course I knew you knew the movie, but I didn't know if you liked it or not. Okay, just 1 second, man. Let me make sure I'm safe before I let go of the joystick. Or controller. That's what the young kids call it, a controller. I'm an old man, so I still call it a joystick. Hang on a second. Don't leave me. Just give me 10 seconds, and then I'm going to show you something. I'm going to do a video, so it'll look a lot better. So you'll see it come up soon, like maybe in a day or two. Hold on 1 second, let me read what you wrote. Okay, yeah, cool. Really? When I was like, when the movie first came out, I remember my parents bought me a Stripe and Gizmo, and they bought my sister Gizmo. They're both this big, but they were like plastic. They didn't have anything like decent back then. But anyway, hang on. This is it right here. Gotta kill 3 guys, open a save, and then nothing's gonna bother me. There. I'm gonna show you something. And what you're gonna see is not gonna give any justice to this. None at all. Until I make a video. But hang on a second. For Christmas, I got a pretty cool puppet. Yeah, that's right, a puppet. I collect some strange things. This is not what I got for Christmas. This is not what I'm gonna this has nothing to do with that gremlin story. Well, I collect you know, expensive in a way puppets and ventriloquist dolls that are creepy. But anyway, I'm gonna show you something. that I got for Christmas, my new toy. That one just happened to be there. So I'll show you. There we go. We'll show you now. What do you think of that? Here's my gremlin. Stick my hand in them. There we go. No, I don't, man. But Trick or Treat Studios, they sell lots of stuff from Saw. They got the Saw guy. I don't know if it's a puppet or not. I know in the movie it is. I'm just saying, from Trick or Treat Studios, they have a couple things that look like a puppet, but they're not. They tell you in the description. They don't like trick you or anything. Just 1 second, if you don't mind. I gotta grab something. Unless you gotta go. Yeah, within the next year, like within a year from now, like my goal is, of course, you know your horror, so you must know the movie Ghoulies, right? Ghoulies. Ghoulies 1 and 2 are okay, I guess, but then it kind of got a little fucked up. But I'm thinking of getting two. They got the Trick or Treat Studios has 2 Ghoulies, about the same size, almost, just a tiny bit smaller. You got that green one that comes out of the toilet, the fish Ghoulie, and then they have this other one called the cat. And then there's another one that'll be my last one that I'll get. It's really fucking expensive, mostly if you're a Canadian. It's like $499, not counting shipping. American. So in Canadian, well, right now our dollar is really bad versus the American. So right now it'd probably be, fuck man, about 600 and some odd bucks. Seriously. But you know Chucky, the series Chucky. Well, this is from the other movie, The Seed of Chucky. And if you ever seen the movie The Seed of Chucky, then you'd be familiar with Glenn, their son Glenn. Now, I'm not a big Chucky fan. I'm not joking. It might turn you off, but I'm sorry. It's not that I don't like the movie. I'll watch it. It's good with me. But I'm not one of those guys that's going to go out and pay that much money for a Chucky doll or to get Chucky's bride. But there's something about Glenn I really, really like. So I have a feeling I'm going to eventually get Glenn. But that's like a ways away. Maybe this summer. Because I wouldn't mind getting the Ghoulie ones first. And that's like same price as the Gremlin. $199. Let's just say with shipping and all that, about $250 American. By the time I think I paid a little $3 1/4 or something like that. I thought I already threw everything I was supposed to. Dude, give me my reward. Alright, cool. Yeah, I just get a kick out of that type of stuff. Expensive hobby. I see some videos. Man, people spend so much money on some of those props, eh? But like I said, you know, like, it wasn't cheap. It wasn't, like I told you, man, it wasn't cheap. And I'm going to make a video to give this some justice. But this is one fucking awesome puppet. One awesome puppet, man. And it's just like huge. It's like 28 inches. 5 pounds. It weighs like 5 pounds. And like I said, it's a puppet. Stick your hand in the back. Look how nice the back is. It's not like a big fucking hole. You wouldn't even know. Yeah, so you stick your hand in there, and I already showed you Slappy. Slappy cost me a lot of money too. A lot more than that guy. Slappy was expensive. But you can get the cheaper ones. They got like ones that are like $100, and they got other ones where this or that. The only thing I didn't get was I got my Slappy where his mouth moves and his eyes move, and I could have got the fake hair, but the fake hair for an extra $100 didn't even look like fucking hair. And I was like, I'm not paying that. It looked like a piece of carpet on it. But these are like handmade by oh Christ, I can't remember the name of the place I got it from. They're pretty damn good. But a lot of the stuff I really, really like, you know, it's from the United States. I don't know what the fuck's up with Canada, why we don't make this really cool stuff, but a lot of the stuff I really like is from the States. So I have to get it from the States, obviously. And the Canadian dollar is just like crap. Like you have no idea how bad it is. Like, I mean, I gotta pay, I don't know, like I said, that one, if I want to get Glen, which I will, that's $4.99 American plus shipping, which is about $450 American. In Canadian, roughly, we're looking at 600 plus, easy. But, you know, I want it, so I'll end up getting it, for fuck's sakes. What's the Canadian currency called? It's the same as you, it's a dollar. Yeah, it's called a dollar. Same as you. Yeah, we're pretty linked to the British, but we don't call it a pound. They call it a pound. We've always called it a dollar. I'm not quite sure what other countries call it a dollar. I don't know if we're the only two that call it a dollar. We just might be.
Start when you're ready.
We're a lot like United States, except for take away the violence, all the violence that you have. We just do that in hockey. It's not like like I said before, we had that talk. Cities are cities. You got lots of violence everywhere, but that's one thing that I don't understand. Like, when it comes to hockey, for some reason, a lot of Americans that are newer to the sport, they don't like hockey, the fighting in hockey. And I'm like thinking, how the hell can Americans not like fighting? They're like, they love their violence and their fighting, but nope, not in hockey. No, I'm not talking about the hardcore teams like that are American, like Rangers, Boston, Chicago, Philadelphia. No, those guys have been fighting since the early 1900s. Well, maybe not Philadelphia. Well, back when they were the Quakers. I gotta check something here. Am I done? I guess I am. Let me check over the dailies. Gotta fix that. Yep, it's $1, dude. That's what we call it. I don't have much to show you. I can show you I got some money here. That's a 20. That has the Queen of England on it. It's green. Has like a hollow thing here. And I just got another 20. And then here's a 5. That's blue. There's a former Prime Minister on there that's long gone dead. That's a 5. I don't have any other bills in here. I just got that. My birthday was the day after Christmas, and somebody gave me a card with $50 in it. So I threw the $50 there because I didn't need it right away. So I just threw it there. But even if I was to go in my jacket, I think I just got a 20. I don't have a bunch of 50s. 50s are red. 100s are brown. We have a loony and a toonie. $1 is a coin, and a toonie, a $2 bill is a coin. But we call it a loony and a toonie. Oh, man, I'm 51 years old. I don't have a problem telling you that, because you know what? As long as nothing bad happens to you in life, you'll be 51 one day too. And there's nothing to be ashamed about getting older. What's ashamed about the big shame is if you die young and you don't get to experience a lot of the pains and joys of life. No, I have no problem telling my age. I don't go out of my way. Yeah, I'm an old guy. I mean, one day, hopefully you will be too. Because it only gets better. I'm serious. More you know, more people you get to meet in life, whether it's online, offline. Every day it gets better. Well, we all have bad days, but you know what I mean. I mean, you learn a little more, meet some more people. What a bonus. Wish they had the internet in a way when I was a kid. It would have been really awesome talking to Americans that like the Philadelphia Flyers, because like I grew up as a kid with no internet, and I used to get in fist fights over the Flyers because my nickname when I was in grade school, from grade 2 to about grade 6, I didn't fight back. From grade 2 to 6, I didn't fight back. My dad's a black belt, by the way, and teaches karate, but I didn't fight back. And then in about grade 7 or 8, I had enough, and I started fighting them back. But they used to call me the American. That was my nickname, and I fucking hated it. No offense to you, I just hated it because they called me the American because everybody cheered for Toronto, Winnipeg, Philadelphia, or Toronto, Winnipeg, Montreal, Edmonton, Winnipeg. What do we got missing? Quebec. Back when they had the Quebec Nordiques when I was in school, nobody liked American teams. Nobody. And that's just the way it was. We're talking like late 70s, right? Back when the Montreal Canadiens owned the NHL. So there was no room for Philadelphia. And Philadelphia at that time was still the Broad Street Bullies, but they were on the tail end of it. And people had enough of them. They just did. They wanted traditional hockey back. They got sick and tired of the fighting. My dad even told me all about it. And he said the only time that anybody cheered for Philadelphia, because everybody fucking hated them, he said unless you were a Fly in Philadelphia, my dad said the only time anybody cheered for Philadelphia is when the Flyers beat the Russians in 1976. And I said, and I asked my dad, like, why? And he's like, because there was only one thing to hate more than Philadelphia back then. And I was like, what? And he said, the Russians. Yeah, the Montreal Canadiens were so fucking powerful. I didn't like them, because like I grew up, I started my hockey fandom with 2 cups, boom, boom, and then I saw them lose the 3rd cup to Montreal, and then after that it was a pure Montreal domination. And then Montreal had guys like Ken Dryden retired to be a lawyer, and Guy Lafleur and all of them are getting a little older, and a lot of the legends of that era were Montreal were retiring. So they kind of, like, that was the end. And then in came the Islanders. And the Islanders beat the Flyers in 79 for the Cup. And the fucking goal, man, that Bobby Nystrom scored was offside. You can look it up on YouTube. I'm not being a disgruntled Flyer fan. If you look up the top 10, I think it's the top 10 or top 20 referee blunders that changed a championship in sports history. Something along like that. You typed into YouTube, you'll see that linesman that Bobby Nystrom scored offside. That goal was offside, pure offside. But he didn't. I don't know why he didn't blow the whistle. Maybe because it was in New York and the crowd went berserk, and he was just, I don't know, but it was offside, man. It was fucking offside, man. And I threw my puck. I had a puck with the Philadelphia Flyers puck, like a real one, and I threw it at the TV, and it didn't break or crack the TV. Nothing happened to the TV. And my dad chased me out of the house for about a block and a half, and then he gave up. I just kept running, so I knew I was going to get a good slap in the head for fucking throwing a puck at the TV. Nah, sorry, man. I think the best players are Canadian. Gretzky, Gordie Howe, Bobby Orr. You can name any European and I'll trump you. As for Americans, though, they deserve some credit, though. They have some really good ones. Like, Joey Mullen, Jeremy Roenick, John Van Beesbrook, what a goalie he was in his day. Mike Richter for the Rangers too. The Rangers, I hated them, but the Rangers actually at one time had Mike Richter, who was the backup for John Van Beesbrook. Man, the Rangers ever gotten lucky for goalies? Still, I don't care. Canadians in general will always be better than any other country for hockey. You got Jack Eichel, we got Connor McDavid. But I'll say one thing, man. You gotta understand, I'm around from old school. The United States and hockey, right? They used to suck. Last place. There wasn't very many players in the league, and the guys that were in the league were not very good. From the United States back in the 70s, I know they won that Miracle on Ice. I don't believe they won it fair. I got some. You'll have to YouTube the Miracle on Ice conspiracy. I'm kind of on that side. I think it was a little on the political side. But anyway, when it comes, I don't know. The Americans have really improved in hockey. They're on par with the Canadians to this day. I'm not talking about legendary players over the years. You watch the World Juniors, right? fucking awesome hockey, which is going on right now. They can beat the Canadians any day of the week and vice versa. Back when I was a kid in high school, USA had no fucking chance against Canada. Never. Never, never, never. But you guys, I'd say around the 90s, man, you guys took hockey pretty damn serious. And hold on, I didn't read your last part. Helmetless has nothing to do with it. That was old school hardcore. I don't mean the boys didn't know what they were doing. Oh fuck, don't think old school hockey is crap just because now they all fly around as little American Euro players that don't like getting checked or they cry on Twitter. Let me read this other part. Maybe. Who knows? Your northern states would. But we have the advantage that, well, like I said, I know your northern states, I'm not stupid, but I would say we do have the advantage of being in the ice more. We can go outside and play hockey. You got your northern states, you know, like New York and Minnesota and places like that. They've loved hockey for just as long as we have. Yeah, but you can't say that people that used to play hockey with no helmet are not on par with skill of players today. Dude, some of those original 6 teams, this is before I was born, by the way, they had players that could play in the league right now and be in the top 10. Maybe even take the Art Ross. Guys like the Rocket from Montreal, Maurice Richard. He'd be the Ovechkin of today. I'm serious. He was a tough son of a bitch, too. Just like Ovechkin is. So, I don't know. We could argue up and down because when I was a kid, the argument was Montreal Canadiens dynasty versus the Oilers dynasty, right? And then as I got older, then the internet people would talk about Montreal Oilers dynasty versus the Penguins dynasty and the Red Wings dynasty. There's nothing that compares with the Montreal Canadiens dynasty of the 70s and the 1980s dynasty of the Oilers. Nothing. Chicago of the 2000s, Pittsburgh of the 2000s, the Detroit Red Wings of the 90s into the 2000s or whatever, not even close. Why do you think all the greatest of all have also been Canadians? Well, there's some really awesome Americans too. They were Americans like... See, America just never didn't grasp hockey. They grasp it for a financial reason. Like, you know, they had NHL owners back in the day that were Americans because they knew they could make money, and all the players are Canadian. Nobody was American back in the day. But America got into hockey and blah, 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 and plus a lot of all-star... like Gordie Howe. Here's an example. Gordie Howe, Canadian, married I believe he married an American woman. I could be wrong, but they did end up, maybe she was a Canadian, but they ended up, you know, living in the States because he's in Detroit. Had Marty Howe and Mark Howe. Look at Mark Howe, Philadelphia Flyer All-Star, legend. Born in USA. No, one day Quebec will be back. One day, but I can't see any other team. But one day Quebec will be back because the Quebec has the fan base and they're ready for the Nordiques to come back. Oh no, I'm sure, man, you'll see one more Canadian team come back and it'll be Quebec. Now, if Quebec was back already, then I would agree with you, and it has nothing to do with titles. See, the NHL doesn't give a fuck about that. That's the old school way of thinking. The NHL now cares about 2 things. Number 1 is money, And number 2 is expansion into new areas that can bring new fans and profits. They failed with the Phoenix/Arizona. What a failure. But they did succeed in other areas. Like, if you asked me growing up as a kid, could you ever picture hockey in Nashville, Tennessee, or Tampa Bay, or Florida? I'd be like, are you fucked? Too much fucking sun. You know, they wouldn't go for it. But look at Tampa Bay champions. Oh, Seattle has a huge fan base, man, for hockey. They've had it for years. Like, I mean, probably since early 1900s. Honest to God. Seriously. Seattle's huge. Another one that's American that likes hockey is, let me think, no, maybe I can't think. Yeah, because, like, you know, like Portland, Winterhawks. I used to like them as a kid. Used to have the Chicago Blackhawk jersey. I don't know if they still wear it. Portland Winterhawks probably still got a jersey like that, but no, Seattle's a hockey town. Like, don't get me wrong, Seattle likes fucking basketball and football, all the major ones over hockey, but no, they're a hockey town. No. I'm not talking professional. They've been in the minor leagues since people used to collect hockey cards when they were 25 cents. Yeah, they've been in the minors for years. They supported the NHL. I know it sounds weird, but I'm not joking. Seattle's always had a foothold in the NHL, and plus the NHL. The only time I've seen them go bold for putting in a hockey team where there's no fan base was the Florida area with Tampa Bay and Arizona. And like I told you, I thought they were all going to fail. But Florida seems to enjoy their hockey. Yeah, Seattle, yeah, they like their hockey. No, when I saw a team going there, I wasn't like, oh my God, why are they putting a team there? No, I didn't have that at all. I knew right away they were going to be fine. Like, they'll be better than Arizona, trust me. Let me read this here, buddy. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you don't like hockey. I think they've been a hockey town since probably 1920s at least. I'm not joking. Like, but they never had a pro team, but they've always were in the. And they have like minor hockey, just like Canada for their kids and stuff. They get lots of snow. Washington. Yeah, Washington. When I was a kid, Washington was really, really, really bad. Everybody beat Washington. And they always got beat by like scores like 8-5 and 7-2. They were really bad. They were like Colorado Rockies bad. No, just lots of people played hockey before it was pro. Hockey's hockey. It's just like baseball's baseball. Like, I mean, you love the sport, you're going to have a bunch of people playing it. And Seattle has the winter, so easy to play hockey, just like Minnesota. See, here in Canada, we love baseball and we love soccer. We do. We love it to death. We just can't play it much unless we do it indoors. That's another thing. Like, some people might think, oh, Canadians just like hockey and curling. Oh, fuck no. We're the ones that created basketball. Even though we're no good at it, we created the sport basketball. You can look that up on Wiki. What country created basketball? You guys own it. You guys dominated it. You guys are the gods of basketball. But back in the 1800s, it was Canada. Yeah, you're right. You're so right. You know, like, for example, this is like, I can have a conversation like I am now with you, right? And I might say something that can offend you, right? And you're like, I can't believe that guy just fucking said that. What a dick. But I didn't know I offended you. I was just talking normal. I've done that with at least 3 of my YouTube friends where I had to apologize and give them almost examples on YouTube how Canadians speak. Because this one guy really took it the wrong way, and I had to like calm him down. Like, it took him about 2 weeks until he figured out I wasn't like being rude to him. Yeah, I know. One time I called this one guy's kids. I was like, I said, how was your Christmas? And I said, and how were the little gremlins? And then he was like, what do you mean, little gremlins? I was like, your kids. He's like, what are you fucking talking about? My kids aren't gremlins. And I said, I meant like, you know, being a handful. You know, like, gremlins are crazy, Christmas, kids. And it took him a while to clue in. It didn't take him one night. It took him like, he was like, didn't talk to me for 3 or 4 nights. And then one day he was cool. All right, back to normal. Just call his kids gremlins in a nice way. And you gotta understand that every conversation before that was always like, yeah, man, yeah. And then, how dare you call my kids gremlins? Dude, come on. But I remember back in the 90s when the internet first came out and shit for us, my dad said something to me a long time ago. He's like, 'cause my dad's worked with a lot of Americans, so he's like, you be careful the way you get talking to those Americans online. I'm like, why? He says, because you could offend them real easy. And I never offended anybody for about 10 years, so I just, you know, whatever. But then within about 10 years, I was starting to offend people left and right. People that I liked. That's the way they are now, because of the college kids. When I grew up, they didn't give a fuck. They are now, and now we got the college kids just as bad as you got them. Trying to change fucking... Last summer, they were like trying to rip down statues of prime ministers, calling them racist and all that. Oh my God, it was terrible. You know, I get pissed off like anybody. I think the only thing that really gets my goat, let's just say I'm like really, really good to one of my friends offline talking. And then they kind of like cross me in a way. And sometimes that kind of pisses me off. I've had that happen. Like, for example, I'll give you a quick example. My best friend since grade 9, and I already told you I'm old. My best friend since grade 9. Well, about around November, I said to him, hey, dude, how come you don't come over here very often? Because you drive through he doesn't live in the same town as me. But I said, you drive through the same town as me to pick up, like, your cigarettes and gas and blah, blah, blah. Well, why don't you pop in and say hello? It's been, like, almost 2 years. Don't give me the COVID excuse, because you showed up here when I had your birthday gift, and I had a gift from him that some friend dropped off for him. So anyway, then I end up finding out that his girlfriend, okay, my friend's my age, he's 52. Well, his girlfriend's like 21, big fat bitch, 21. Well, then I start finding out that she don't like me, and she don't want Doug coming around here. And I'm like, dude, what's wrong with me? I mean, we don't go to bars or nothing when you come here. When you come here, we order a pizza, split about 6-7 beer each, king cans, and go to sleep. We're too old to do that shit. And then he's like, well, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, so then we started arguing, and we haven't really talked much. He wished me happy birthday on Facebook the other day. But that's what I mean. Like, so the reason he gets offended now, real easy, is because he's hanging out with the fucking snowflake generation, the 20-year-olds. And I told him that, too. I said, dude, one day you're like, fuck Alice Cooper, yeah, fuck the world, you know, like, I'll take any fucking thing you can do. I've done it all my life. And now you're like, Donald Trump's a bad man. I'm like, you don't even know politics. What do you mean Donald Trump's a bad man? What are you posting all this shit for? And then I started realizing it's because you and your girlfriend and your girlfriend's brother-in-law and girlfriend's sister are all in their 20s. And so everybody that's in their 20s hates Donald Trump because he's a bad man. Personally, I love Trump. I love how he tells China, fuck you. And how he says to the Americans that take their fucking car companies and they build them in Mexico and then they bring their cars back and then the Americans get their plants closed and they don't have no jobs, but the Mexicans can build these cars for cheap and they come back in. Then he said he was going to tax all those vehicles for coming in. He said, by the time I'm done taxing you guys, you won't make a nickel. You'll be in the hole. And that's Trump, man. He loves America. He don't care what anybody says. You can love him or hate him. He loves America. And a lot of my friends hate him because of the media. And I hate the media. Fuck MSN and CNN and all those cunts. They just lie. Lie, 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 and lie. And a lot of my friends don't, 90% of them don't fucking clue in. They are like sheep. Like, I don't know if it was you or the other guy back when Travis was on here, but one of you wrote something about, white noise, or no, white something, and then somebody was talking about sheep. Well, that's what my friends are like, sheep. 90% of them, they all think whatever the news tells them, and they just walk off the cliff like on Price is Right with that fucking yodeler. Then he falls off. That's my friends. Yeah, white fight, what you and Travis were talking about. Too fucking much. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not one of these conspiracy guys that believes in, like, COVID and all that crap, you know. I know COVID's real, it's pretty obvious. I am a little conspiracy about some things, like I don't think the Egyptians built the pyramids. I think it was somebody else. And I don't think it was aliens. I think it was another civilization that was here. And then we had like this major catastrophe, I don't know, wiped out the dinosaurs and everything else, and that population got destroyed, and whatever was left, you know, they had to live in caves, and they came out and had to restart. I've done a lot of studying on this. It might sound funny to you, but I've done a lot of studying on this. There was another civilization on Earth. I don't know who they were. They were bigger than us. They were definitely bigger. They were probably on average 10 feet tall. And before you get too gigglish on me, just look up, I got a whole bunch of books on this shit, but just look up North American burial mounds that have been dug up in the United States. And they're on record. They pulled out skeletons everywhere from 7 feet to 15 fucking feet tall. Now, there's this thing called the Younger Dryas. This is when, like, a meteor basically hit the Antarctica, and this great big wall of water and mud came down and wiped out the entire civilization that used to be there. Why do I think hieroglyphics show different shades of black? I don't know. But if go look at all those things like in Egypt, like Tanis. Everything's been destroyed. Something hit there. Boom! And you can see on the stones of the statues that have all exploded and shit. I'm not talking about the pyramid. I'm talking about these statues that are all broken up and smashed, and they're still laying there to this day because nobody can move them. They got like burn marks on them, like a solar flare hit or something. Like, poof. They got things like in Bellback, the stone of the pregnant woman. You can see they were pulling it out of the ground and they were like working, and something stopped right at that moment. The catastrophe. Oh man, before I used to have that attitude. I did. I had it. When was it? 10 years ago, maybe? I used to be like you. I used to think, oh yeah, the Egyptians, they made the... School never lied to me. The Egyptians made the pyramids with copper tools and vine ropes. And it only took them 20 years. And then I find out from YouTube videos, because they didn't have YouTube when I was in school. And then they show you that these copper fucking tools can't even break through the fucking limestone rock. Then they show you vine ropes trying to pull these things. They can't do it. They put even fucking tree fucking logs underneath and the logs break. Yeah, fuck school education, man. The only thing that's honest is math. That's it. Math. The history is bullshit. No, geography is true. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a flat earther. I believe we live on a globe. I am not a flat earther. Those guys, oh my god. Like I said, I guess I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist, but not a flat earther. Yeah, there's just no way. And the copper tool thing, I believed that right up until the internet. I didn't know copper couldn't break through all that rock. And then that's the tools they had back then. So it wasn't the Egyptians. It's the same thing that happened to the Mayans. They kind of like found this city that was long abandoned, and they kind of like just moved in. Now the thing is, if Alexander the Great, Alexander the Great is way before the Roman Empire, right? Well, Alexander the Great has his historians that wrote his scripts, or they call them scribes. That's it. You know how they wrote down everything with Alexander. Alexander showed up at Egypt, and the whole place looked the same as it did, almost as it does today. It was like thousands upon thousands of years old. In the movies, we think it all looks brand new, and oh no, it was all. And you can Google this. It's not just me. Yeah, well, I do think outside the box, but there's a limit. I mean, where they say a grain of salt. I need evidence, and I did I've done at least 10 years of evidence, which doesn't mean I'm right. I'm just saying that I can personally go to my grave and know that there was somebody here before us. There were another civilization, and like when everybody grows up and they had all these like different primates that were like man-like, and they're all gone. Who cares? And then they had Homo sapiens, Cro-Magnon man, like us. And then they had the Neanderthals, and that was it. And then they found about 10 years ago the Dezovians. I might be pronouncing that wrong. And this is on record. This is not like hidden conspiracy shit. It's on record. The Dezovians or Devoians or whatever. And these people were on average 9 to like 10 feet tall. That's like no bullshit. And they think that they interbred with us and Neanderthals and all that shit. And I believe that these were the guys that were here building all that crazy shit. I don't think they were fucking big fucking ape men 10 feet tall. I believe they were pretty smart. And plus, if you look this up, you just have to look up the word and they'll show you where they first found the bones. Like, it was only like 10 years ago. And they found like a needle, like a needle you sew with. You know, it's perfectly a needle with a hole in it. The Nephilim, you spelled that wrong, but I know what you mean. The Nephilim. But they're not calling the Nephilim. This is like a science thing. It's like science. This is not... You can look this up on National Geographic and they'll talk about Denisovians. You got it close. I think it's like Nephlem. I don't think there's an I. And I do believe in them. Because when I grew up, my mom and dad used to send me to Sunday school, and same with my sister. They used to have this bus. It was a green bus. Looked just like a school bus, but it was green. And it would pick you up on Sunday, and then you'd go. And I stopped going when I was about 15. But anyway, what turned me off about being a Christian was they used to talk about, like, say, we'll talk about two things. One was Noah's flood. Now, I thought, if there's a God and he's real, why would he flood the earth because people were wicked, like we're told? Why would he flood the earth, but he wouldn't do it again, or at least do another thing compared to that? Because in my opinion, we're pretty bad. And this was back in the 80s or something. I used to think this. So then, that turned me off to God. So I thought, if there's really a God and he's loving, and he floods the earth, how bad could those people have been? And we're getting off the hook. So the other thing, when it came to God, there's this one part in the Bible where he sends these people into this, like, God wants these, like, tribes wiped out. And he says, and it's right in the Bible, and he says that he wants them to go in and kill man, child, and every beast, every animal. And these people, they do it. They kill everything. And I thought, the God of the Old Testament is a fucking asshole. And then I thought, well, why is the God of the New Testament really nice? And then I started thinking, somebody's playing around with religion. So it's all fake. It's all aliens. Aliens put us here. That's what I used to think after that. But then I started doing a little research, and there's a book that was found with the Dead Sea Scrolls that has been known about for a very long time, that only a certain amount of people knew. It's called the Book of Enoch. This is kind of like an amazing book. An absolutely amazing book. Because when you read the book of Genesis, it sounds like a fairy tale. It sounds weird. It sounds like there's parts missing, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinions. And then came the Book of Enoch. I checked that out, and that explains why God flooded the earth. It had nothing to do with, people are wicked, gotta wipe them out once in a while. This is this Nephilim thing. And as for, like, why would God wipe out a village? That kind of turned me off. You kill women and children and even fucking the animals. Like, why even the babies and the animals? That's too much. Then I find out that when I found out about the Book of Enoch, these were Nephilim. They weren't going around just killing tribes that were human. These were these Nephilim. And that's been God's goal. When you see the Book of Enoch mixed with Genesis, it's basically been God's goal to wipe out these fallen angels' product. Now, I'm just saying, whether this is real or not, I don't know. Neither do you. But it's interesting. Very interesting. At least I find it interesting. And it gave me a little more faith because, like I told you, man, for a long time I was just like, okay, let's pretend there's a God. And everybody says he's a loving God and he cares nothing else about us. Like we're his main focus, we're his children, and everybody knows how parents and grandchildren love their children, so that's like very important, I get that. So then why is he being a dick and having a flood? And why is he being a dick and saying, go wipe out this tribe of people? And then when you read the book of Enoch, like you mentioned way back, these are the Nephilim that God wants gone. He doesn't want us gone. Yeah, I just seen what you wrote up there. You thought aliens put us here? Okay. Alright, here's a reason why. It's a big jump in the story. And I don't care if you believe me or not. I don't give a fuck if you believe me or not. But I'll tell you why I thought aliens put us here. Okay, after this all happened, where I told you I believed in God, and then I didn't understand about the flood, and then I thought that there's no such thing as God because blah blah blah. I didn't immediately think of aliens. I just didn't think that there was a God. I was kind of like atheist for years. Hey Cordell, hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope your foot's feeling better. And then you got to jump ahead years. I'm kind of like in this from the age of 15, 16, all the way until about 10 years ago. I'm kind of in this, I believe in God, atheist. I believe in God, atheist. I'm kind of like weighing it out. And I didn't know too much more about that. And then this is what happens. You can believe me or not. Just give me a second. I think it was around 2005, 2006, something like that. About a week or so before the certain date, my brother-in-law had this flu. It was fucking nasty, man. It was fucking nasty. And I, of course, caught it from him. Oh, was I mad at him, and I told him. It was coming out both ends. If you went to the bathroom to take a puke, because you knew you were going to puke, you better sit on the toilet and hold a pail, because it was coming out both ends. And then when you coughed, it felt like you had these little shards of glass inside you, right? Then I found out it was called what was it called? It was some sort of Norwalk. That was what it was called. The Norwalk virus. That's what he had, right? So I got it hard. And like I told you, sitting on the toilet with a pail, the puke at the same time, and I was rough, right? And then about a week and a half goes by. Remember, I'm going somewhere with this story. Stay with me. But a week and a half goes by, right? And I at the time, I don't now, but at the time I smoked cigarettes regularly, and I smoked weed, which I still do. So for about a week and a half, I couldn't have a cigarette. I tried, and it was horrible, and I couldn't even do a bong or nothing. And about a week and a half passed by, and my dog's standing at the door, and it wants outside. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to let the dog out, and I'm actually feeling a lot better. It's been about a week and a half. I'm going to go out and see if I can have a smoke. So, number one, no, I'm on no medication, no pills. Number two, I'm not drinking. Number three, I'm not smoking any weed. I'm as straight as it gets. So I let my dog out. We go outside, go to the patio, up the steps on the hill. We're standing there. I light the cigarette, having a couple puffs. I'm like, right on. Because I knew I was feeling better, so I was like, okay, everything's back to normal pretty much, getting better. And then I looked up. It's the day after my mom's birthday. It's September 24th. So it's 8 o'clock at night, because I remember when I walked outside, I looked at the clock on the left-hand side. It was 8 o'clock at night. So it's not pitch dark, it's kind of like a blue sky. So I go out, I told you about the smoke thing, and I look up above. I live on the water, my backyard's water. And I look up, and right above, about the length is, picture this is the water, put one telephone pole, and then one more telephone pole. And then right on top of that, without the telephone poles, take them away, just for height, was this great big round circle. Looked like a harvest moon. But it's like 100 and some odd feet above my river. It's not like it's way out in the sky, like you see the full moon. It's like right above my river. So I'm looking at it. What the fuck? And I'm staring at it, right? And then within about, I'd say 30 seconds to 1 minute, I started seeing, I don't know if you know what a Tesla ball is, where you have the ball and all that like purplish looking lightning comes off of it. Well, I didn't hear no sounds, but I could see the white, like I told you, that great big white, then coming off it on the outside. A little later, I started seeing those purple things coming out, and it's all white. And then a little while later, in the middle, you see this little black dot, and everything's white. And then the little dot gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Next thing you know, this fucking like ship came right out of it, like, and then the white was gone, and there it was, really slow. And it sounded like when it was there, it was like went slowly over my house, really low, right? And it sounded like a guitar amp, but the guitar amp sounded like there was something wrong with it. That's the best way I can describe it. Like, it sounded just like a guitar amp humming, but something was wrong with it. Like no static, like, I don't know. And then I remember I was looking up at it, and the dog's beside me, right? And the dog's laying on the ground, like just laying there. She never does that. She runs around and does whatever, and she's laying there. And I remember looking up at it, and I was like saying in my head or out loud, I can't remember, I was like, oh my God, they're real. Holy fuck, they're real. And then I felt like this like tingly sensation over me. And looking back at it, I think they kind of scanned me. And then here's the story about the flu. I think, let's pretend that they were going to abduct anybody that night. I think when I felt that like tingly sensation, I think that tingly sensation was them like scanning me. And I think what they did was this. If they were going to abduct somebody that night, I think they like did that scan and saw that I had that virus. So somebody was like, let's get the next guy. So I didn't tell anybody about this for a long, long time. Because, like, who's going to believe you? I think I told my mom the next day, because your mom's going to believe you. I didn't tell my dad for about 6 months. But I end up about 2 years later telling my brother-in-law the story. And I said to him, I go, you never know, man. I said, Derek, because of that nasty fucking flu you gave me, and I bitched and called you every name in the book, I said, maybe that flu saved me from getting fucking abducted. But nothing happened, man. I mean, nothing happened. I went in the house, and, you know, everybody worries about, you know, everybody knows about lost time. I went in the house, and it was like 10 minutes after 8. It all worked out normal, so they didn't do nothing to me. But the way it looked like a kind of like in the shape of a rowboat. And on the end, you know those cement parking meters that they have, or cement barriers they have, you know, that where you park and there'll be like a cement barrier. Well, it had one on the right and one on the left, like kind of giving you that impression on the back, and they were like a peach color. And then where my hand is, keep my hand here, that's where those things were, like at the bottom was like a peach, kind of like over here. And then right there was a big circle-ish blue ball. This is the underneath, because I didn't see the front of it, because it flew over top me. I didn't know what the front looked like, but underneath, like I said, that side and that side was like a peach color, and they were straight like that. And then right there was blue ball. And it was in no hurry. It was like this super slow. And in the direction it was going, exactly would be towards two things. The first thing they would have encountered would have been our hydro plant. And if they kept going that direction past that, it would be the Kingston military base. And I can tell you this was not made in Canada. But, you know, take it for what you want. I'm just some guy online, you know. I just could be pulling your leg for fun or trying to get some attention, but it's true. It most certainly is. So that, oh yeah, anyway, we were talking about that where you laughed at me, you believe